Hey. Good evening, guys, and welcome to Real Talk. And so tonight I am joined by Classy but Sassy. So tonight I want to pose a question, and that question is, ladies, for the ladies, and it came from the men, as always. They love to try to tell us what to talk about. So, do we multiply what the men give us? And what I mean by that, well, I'll just let you, Classy but Sassy, if you want to respond to that question or tell me your take on it, or if I need to, give you a little bit more information on it.
Happy Thursday, everyone. For me, I would say multiply, but you have some women that choose to subtract. But I would say multiply, because if you are a woman and you are getting out there and you are working hard, you make sure that you have your man's back in every aspect, and you are giving him as much as he's giving you financially, then yeah, you're multiplying. You will be multiplying versus subtracting or trying to divide.
Yeah. So so what happened was, and I'm gonna try to change this scenario up a little bit, just in case this person decides to listen in. But if I'm old school. I really get a lot of the stuff that I know, especially relationship wise and stuff like that, from my grandparents. But everything that my granddad did, my grandmother made it that much better. So when I say, like, are they out there, women, are we actually multiplying what the man give us or what the men give to us? Are we multiplying that? Are we being fruitful with what he gives? Like I said, my granddad bought home groceries. My grandmother made a meal, and she made that meal stretch because we didn't have it all when we were growing up, right? If he gave her seeds and he went out there to plant the garden, she went out there and reaped the harvest and maintained the garden while he was at work. But now, a lot of men feel like we are not doing our parts. And I kind of agree with them to a certain extent, because could it be just the new generation? I don't know, but I can't see exactly where they're coming from. So, go ahead, Classy.
Okay. I was just gonna say, and my grandparents were the same way, basically. And that is where I got a lot of my morals and my values from also. But just like you were saying, with the newer generation, you have a lot of women that want somebody to give, and they don't want to give back, or either they don't want to share what they have, basically. So that makes it harder on those of us that are going out and want to be behind this man 100%. If he bring home the bacon, then you're going to fry it up in the pan.
Yeah.
It's either you're going to be with them or you're not going to be with them, basically. You can't sit around and expect for a man to always give you. As women, we need to learn how to have our own. And like I just said, if you get with that person that's willing to give you as much as they are, as much as you should be giving them back, then why not be supportive to them and not have that mentality of, well, where with my granddaddy, he worked and my grandmother stayed at home, which might be true. If you are in that financial situation, then okay, congrats to you. But with me, I don't want to stay at home. I want to go out there and get the money also.
Yeah.
Because two incomes are always more better than one. You have a lot more when there are two incomes.
Mm-hmm.
A whole lot more.
I
So
agree.
why sit at home when you are able-bodied and you know that you can go out there and work, but you would prefer this man to just go out there and work and you sitting at home doing nothing all day?
Especially if you don't have any children.
Right.
Especially if you don't have any children. So it's best, and especially if you're not trying to have any children, both people can go out and work if that's what you choose to do. If you decide, or if we reach an agreement that the wife will stay at home, then that's a whole different thing. When you stay at home, of course, he's not expecting you to be, just at home chilling, looking at the soap operas, Wheel of Fortune, or Price is Right, whatever. That's not what he's expecting, I'm sure. So, but for me, I think a lot of women have gotten to that point where it's like me, 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 me. And this conversation, I would say, like I said in the beginning, is for the men, because this is something they ask, like, why do women do that? And now they are questioning loyalty. Are we even loyal? Because if your man asks you to do something, let's say I'm married to Ted, right? Ted has a business. He's like, okay, babe, we're going to start this business. Oh, okay. I'm going to need you to help me with the bookkeeping and law, whatever it is, getting dispatching or what have you. Okay, no problem. But if I'm slacking and not doing that for him to better us, because that's what Ted is trying to do, is take us to a whole different level, then what the hell am I doing if I work from home for him? Well, for us, for our business. Now he's like, okay, well, you're not loyal to the business. You're not loyal to the family, because I'm trying to take us to a whole different level. And it seems like you're hindering us. And that's, to me, I feel like that's where we are now with a lot of the way that, the women act or what have you. We don't really want to do that. It's like you said in the beginning, we won't. Gimme, gimme, gimme. And that's your job, to give me. And if they don't, then what? Now we're bashing him. He ain't shit. He ain't doing this. He don't care about the family. But all I'm saying is we have, to me, in my opinion, we have a responsibility. If we are married, we also have a responsibility, just like the man has a responsibility. I think, yeah, I have a story to tell. I mean, if that's the case, about when the tables are turned and that person is not in your corner.
Because eventually he's going to get tired, especially if he feels like, okay, you can't even maintain an office setting basically for our business. Then that means that he has to go out there and hire someone. With him hiring someone, then what happens? You're subtracting again.
You're subtracting. You're taking away. And
You're
we're trying to build.
When it's something that you could be doing, basically, not saying you're doing it for free, because that's your business that he's building for you. But if he have to go out there and hire someone that for something that you could do, then that's subtracting again from the family. And then once that starts subtracting, and you don't know if or what type of communication these people are having with each other, that all can lead into something else. Something that's probably going to end up tragic in the end. That could lead to him end up sleeping with that person.
Thank you.
Then at that point, you've done what? You've lost your husband.
You lost your husband. And it's your fault.
Exactly, because you brought it on to yourself. Because when he was dependent on you and needed you, you wasn't there. So he had to go out and seek someone to come in and work. And then he's sitting talking to this person, because women could easily slip in and they see where problems are. And when they see the smallest little crack, they're going to slip into that bitch like a snake.
right? And live there, fit just like a glove on your hand.
Exactly.
Then what?
So therefore, don't put yourself in a predicament where you are pushing your man out to another woman. Do what you're supposed to do.
Do what you
And
supposed
everybody will be fine, and he won't have to go out and seek. Because he's having to seek an employee at that point. The employee gonna lead into being his side piece. The side piece gonna end up being his woman. Then you're gonna be out there by yourself because basically that's where you want to be. Then at that point, you hate him. He low down. He
He ain't
nasty
shit.
and everything. Exactly. But
Yeah.
you made him nasty, low down, and ain't shit.
Yep.
What in the world kind of juice did I stumble in upon? This is juicy. Y'all know I like this.
No, so we were talking about the women. Are we really multiplying, or are we taking away? If we're in a relationship, if we're married, and whatever our husband give to us, are we multiplying that, or are we subtracting? So that's what we were. That's what we were.
It's
Mhm.
funny you said that because a friend of mine had mentioned about, I guess, a woman. Men think different than women, I guess, whatever. But
Yes.
he was talking about this woman that just had this basic job, like a basic job, but she was just talking about how she didn't want to settle and how she was refusing to settle for this and that. And he was like, well, what exactly are you bringing to the table? And he was like, she couldn't answer. But he said she was one of those sassy types and like sleek mouth and stuff like that. And he told her, he's like, the thing is, he's like, a man that ain't too much concerned about a woman's job. He said, but what a man not gonna do is work all day and then come home and the simplest conversation will lead to you snapping, going off, popping your neck and all this other stuff. He's like, some women think that being sassy and smart mouth, whatever, is cute. He said, but don't a man want to deal with that every day. And he said for her to think that just because she got her own job, got her own house or place, her own car and stuff like that, that she's doing something. He said, no, you're just taking care of yourself. He said, but
Yeah.
what are you really bringing? He said, what you're bringing is attitude and sassiness. And he said, I don't want that.
That's not peaceful.
Right.
And he's absolutely right.
Because when you worked hard all day, depending on what type of day you had, you want to come home to peace and comfort.
Mm-hmm.
And not that same shit you just left outside the door. Because why are you having an attitude with me and your neck rolling? Talking
Right.
to why?
Because I told him in my previous marriage, I was the man, he was the woman. When I came home, I wanted peaceful. I want to be left alone. Just let me relax. Let me just undo for the day. And he just was a nagger. And I was like, well, yo, like, what the hell? Like, I've been hearing people talk all day. Can I just get some peace? Can I sip on a glass of wine or something? Like, you was cool with that in the beginning, and now all of a sudden, a year or two later, now you on this BS. Don't nobody want to hear that.
Mm-mm.
And he didn't
Exactly.
get it. He didn't seem to get it. And I told him, I said, you're not my teammate. I said, I need a teammate.
Exactly. And they don't understand that. They don't understand it. And at the same time, we don't understand it. And it took these conversations, y'all know I'm talking to these friends. And it's funny, Wanda, because what the guy said was, hey, we look at stuff differently. Now I'm gonna say something that's probably gonna make y'all turn your face up, but I'm gonna just say it the same way he gave it to me. He said, you're right. He said, men and women are different. He said, for us, and I'm just going to tell the people, if you're watching this video, we'll say some stuff. If you don't agree with, if you super Christian type, you may want to go ahead and exit because we'll say some stuff that you probably won't agree with, or you want to cover your ears. So you probably want to just go ahead and leave, but it's stuff that needs to be said anyway. So we're going to say it. But he was saying, like, as men, we get tired of the same hole. So when you come home, you want to nag and complain about this, and you don't want to do this, and we're not going to keep begging you. And when we go to bed, we're going to keep begging you for sex. So if I want to go out here and mess around, that should be cool.
Mm.
As long as I'm still giving you or being that man that I need to be in the household, if I'm still providing and I'm still protecting and I'm all of this, and you don't have any worries, I don't see why that is an issue. But I'm like, as a woman, it's an issue because now it's our loyalty or your loyalty to us. But he said he doesn't agree with that.
Because
And
I
then
think people's definition of loyalty is different.
True.
Because
True.
loyalty and faithfulness is different.
Yeah, but if you're loyal to your spouse, you don't hurt your spouse.
Mm,
If you're loyal to your, because he doesn't see how that should hurt her.
exactly.
He's one of those where he feel like, okay, basically, as long as I'm taking care of the house, I should be able to go out here and do what I want to do. You know, that's not hurting you because
It just
you have a roof over your head, you got food, you're driving a car, you're living well, then I should be able to do what I want to do. But that is not the case because you're going and you're dipping in these different holes.
Come on.
And I don't know what the hell you bringing back to me.
But see how he see it, I think, is believe that since he's not emotionally attached to it, it's just a pleasure thing. And
that's
so
why he
he's
said
like,
men and women are different. That's the
yeah.
reason why I said.
So he's
But I
like,
had to
ain't nothing tied to it. He's like, I'm not going out there and I ain't, ain't as long as ain't nobody acting crazy because I don't do drama. They feel like, yeah, I'm just sliding in and I'm good.
But in the same breath, he's trying to say all women want to be in that number one position. So if you know that, why are you screwing around with these women knowing that everybody wants to be in the number one position?
Right.
But
Everybody
he's
can't be the
focused only
pitcher on the
woman.
team.
Right. He
Exactly.
only focused on his woman though. He's making sure his woman knows that she number one. He
Yeah,
ain't
but
say
what,
he's gonna have 2, 3, 4, 5, but he made sure that his woman is number one. He's
but what
like, I'm
happens
taking
when
care
that
of the
woman want to?
household. He's like, I'm taking care of the household, I'm paying the bills, I'm doing this. But
Listen, as that woman,
I've told my friend before, I said,
uh-huh,
look, a man ain't gonna do what you won't allow.
that you
He
don't.
Exactly.
gonna do whatever it is that you allow him to do.
Exactly.
If you let him know or feel or think that it's okay for him to go out and sleep with all these women, that's what he gonna do. Because in that mindset, you making it seem like it's okay and it's not hurting you because you allow it. But if you walk away from that and you let him know, if you want all that, go get it.
Mm-hmm.
And no, because it ain't gonna get to you until a man tell you, I didn't ask you to stay. When a man tell you, I didn't ask you to stay or I ain't tell you to stay, that should pierce your soul and that should make you want to move on and then know better the next time. But a lot of women, they sit there because they financially dependent on the person
Yep.
or
That's the
they
key
just feel like they
word.
need somebody right there.
Mm-hmm. And that's what we were just talking about. You should, as a woman, you should never let a man feel as though you are financially dependent on their ass. Even if you are, you don't let them know that. Shit, tell them, look, I'm getting ready to pack up my. So you want to keep being out there in the street?
Yep.
Okay, then start going to that. Go to U-Haul, get you some boxes, and start packing up your shit and see how fast they change their mind.
Because I know too many miserable women in these marriages. The man happy. The men out there,
Yeah,
they happy because they doing what
he
they
do what he
want to
want
do.
what he wants.
But it's the women that's at home miserable. They steady complaining. But why are you complaining? You're allowing this. You're staying.
Exactly.
I don't allow it, but you do because you're still
Yes.
there.
And you know what he doing. You complaining to your girlfriends when you need to be sitting his ass down telling him how you feel. Look,
Right.
you gonna change some things.
Complain to your girlfriends and Facebook. Delete that. I'm tired of hearing you complain about your man not being the man that you need him to be. Girl, gone.
Girl gone. You knew he wasn't all that.
Your post.
Tell him how you feel. That way, if you lay down some groundwork, because like I said on a conversation that we had not too long ago, if you feel like as a man or woman, you want to be out there with all of these different people, be single.
Yeah.
Don't bring nobody else into your bullshit because eventually it's gonna turn into something. Because somebody not gonna know they position out there on the field. Or they not gonna know their position.
Somebody gonna slip up and change positions.
Exactly.
And ain't nobody gonna notify nobody.
And they not gonna understand, well, shit, no matter how much she say, I got a wife at home and she is the pitcher on the team, it's some bitch in there, she want to be the pitcher. She don't want to, she want to come from out of field.
Come on. And they don't understand. That's why I said, if you want to have sex with multiple women because you don't want to get used to the same hole, or you don't want the same hole, be by yourself.
Exactly.
You're not tied to anybody, but don't bring or string anybody else along with your bullshit.
Yep.
You're not tied to anybody, and you're not hurting anybody at that point. Nobody's getting hurt because don't nobody care what you're doing.
But these women, like, this is the thing. We have that intuition. And I told him, I said, let me tell you something. If you don't think your wife knew every time you went out there sleeping with somebody, you a lie, or she was lying to herself.
Mm-hmm.
She knew.
Yep. Because people don't
Isn't that
understand how
crazy?
much your behavior changed. Like, you could tell when your behavior changed, when someone's behavior changed. And if you ignore it, that's on you. That means you choose to ignore it.
And then some men, they so damn stupid, they end up telling on themselves. It just be certain stuff that they say, and you be sitting there looking at them like, this motherfucker was she.
They do. They slip up all the
Keep
time.
on talking. Keep on talking.
I
Okay,
know I
then.
learned that. I learned to be quiet and let men talk.
Exactly.
So they gonna tell themselves they're not that smart.
Mm-mm. Eventually, they
that's
sure will. They
You
sure
said you went
will.
with Tony the other day. Now you said you went with Craig. Who did you go with again?
Mm.
Oh,
You
But
better
like,
say it.
these
Or
women be
forget what they
knowing.
told you they were doing, and then end up telling the truth of what they were doing.
There you go, Wanda.
And I don't
Or-
even correct it. I was like, for real?
Or
Like, what happened? Did you fix it?
him and the friends was at somewhere on a little boys trip, and you say, well, you know, Junior and Ray Ray, they brought their side chicks with them. What bitch who you had with you?
There you
All
go.
by myself.
You by yourself, either.
You weren't by yourself because they brought their side chicks. You brought yours too.
Right. I ain't take nobody. No, she just met you there. You ain't lie. You ain't take them.
So why you sit here telling Ray Ray and Junior business?
Tell yours.
Yeah, he just did.
But that's the kind of bullshit people like. I don't get it. That's the kind of shit that really be going on, and we act like it's nothing. But everybody want to blame everybody, but both parties are to blame. If you ask me, the woman is to blame because you're putting up with it, or you're not being the helpmate, or the man is the issue because you don't want to do shit, but you just want to go out here and screw everybody that moves because you don't want to be used or get tied down to the same hole, instead of just saying, hey, it's okay to be faithful. Maybe we shouldn't have sex every damn day. So I'm gonna get so used to it.
Cause I hang with a lot of men, and I just listen to them talk. It's so many men that's not with the woman that they love, but they're with the woman that put up with them. Like, cause they don't have to change.
Yep.
So they're with the woman that accepts them for who they are. And I'm like, but how do you feel? I mean, I think about it, but okay, well, I guess.
I guess, exactly.
And that's not good. Because your whole relationship was a lie.
Exactly.
It's an entire lie. So myself personally, I can't get up in the bed every night and lay next to somebody that I feel absolutely nothing for.
Mm-mm.
I'm just here because they put up with my bullshit. No, go find somebody else that'll put up with your bullshit. Now, if you want to be out there cheating, it might be 3, 4, 5 other women that want to put up with your bullshit.
Yeah. No,
But
they
don't
want it.
subject me to that. Don't do that. Don't walk around and you paint this pretty picture for us.
But guess what? Those side pieces don't want him.
Hell no.
They don't
They
want the
like
number
being
one.
part-time. They like
Thank you.
No, that's right.
I tell
Sometimes a
men
part-time position the best.
it's the best position. And I have male friends and I tell them, I said, let me tell y'all something. A lot of women that cheat with y'all, they don't want y'all ass on a full-time basis.
Mm-mm.
We like when we can send y'all ass home.
Yep.
We
Just
love
like
it.
when having kids. Hey, why have kids? Well, you borrow somebody else and send them home. You don't want them both.
Right. I told myself, shit, most part-time women, they've been part-time women for a long time. Them side chicks, they've been side chicks for a long time. So they know the game. They don't have to put up with you, and they can still do and live their life the way they want to. If they want to be over here with Ricky on Monday, James on Wednesday, and see your tired ass on Friday because they know you're going to come over here and bring some money.
Mm-hmm.
They gonna give you all the time you need, and then they gonna be like, yeah, end of the night. Shit, I know his ass got to be gone by 12 o'clock.
Exactly.
He's staying over here all night.
Right.
And guess what? You better not say you're gonna leave your wife. She's like, oh no, 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 no,
Oh no. You ain't get ready to get you not get ready.
Why you doing that?
You ain't finna leave Ruth. You gotta stay over there with Ruth, because I don't want you like that.
Not Ruth.
Yeah, her name Ruth.
But it's crazy, and I know it's funny when you say it out loud, but look how crazy it sounds though, because that's what really goes on. These women do not want, if you're a side piece, show me, it's very seldom that you'll see a side piece and say, oh yeah, I want to be his main one. Hell no, because she said, I'm cheating with you.
You'll do the same shit with me that you're doing to her. You're gonna cheat on me too. Because I had a coworker one time, and she was the side piece, and she didn't give a damn about being the side piece. And she would tell him all the time. He would say, well, my wife asked me to buy her a new dress yesterday. She said, oh, really? Well, I need one too. My wife got her hair done Saturday. She said, oh, for real? Well, let me go and make my appointment for next week. She said every time that wife got something, she got something too. Then he broke down and told her he was about to leave his wife. She said, oh, no,
come at class.
I can't hear.
I'm sorry. He told her that he was gonna leave his wife. She said, oh, no, hell, we ain't leaving that wife.
No, that right.
We gonna stay right with her. She said, because if you leave her, you gonna leave me too.
I know I was messy one time because I had made a post on Facebook. Because like I say, I hang with dudes, and then, just working in the field, when you deal with counselors and stuff like that, you hear a lot of stuff. And I had made a post one day, and I was like, some of y'all, your wives and women or whatever, should thank the side pieces. I mean, and I was really being sincere. I may have chuckled, I may have laughed about it, but I was sincere at the same time, because
they say that marriage.
Right. Like, this man, he's happy, somewhat happy at home, but he's even happier knowing that he can go get and do whatever he want to do and then go back. Because that side piece is doing whatever it is that she won't do.
See, let me tell you. Remember Monique?
Mm-hmm.
Monique had this thing a while back, and she said, and what she said is she had to clear it up. She said she would give her husband a free pass.
Mm-hmm. I remember.
And what she said was, she's like, not just that. She said, if my husband likes something that I'm not willing to do, I'm going to give you a free pass to go and do that. But that's it. Meaning, if her husband is into anal, right? She said, I'm not into that.
Go get it somewhere.
Go get it from somebody that's into that. But when you go get it, that's all you get. Why would you be greedy and go get everything if she just told you go get that one thing and she's giving you everything else? So you got some women that say, go do that. That's a free pass. Is it right? No, but she know, okay, if that's what he likes, I'm not going to tell him that he can't have it. I will. But I'm not going to tell him that he can't have it. I'm just saying you're not going to get it from me. Go get it from her.
Well, I know old school. I know old school. Me and used to have 2-3 families. And the women shut up. They knew about each other. The community knew about them. And sometimes that would these men won't DJ. I can't tell people what they should choose and select. They either do what Monique said, give your man a free pair here and there, or just barely matter what say, give your whole man away. Just go and share.
But Wanda, I dated someone like that, Wanda, and his mom told me basically the only reason why she did that, of course, it was back in the day. So, women back in the day put up with a whole bunch of stuff. So like she said, the only reason why she did it was because when she met the guy that I was dating, Dad, she already had 3 kids, I think it was. Mm-hmm. She already had 3 kids. She had either 3 or 4. And she ended up having 2 more with him. And like she was saying, she said, Tanya, she said, I know that I was not going to be able to find anybody else that was going to take me and all my kids in. She said, so every Friday he came in, he did what? He gave her that check. He gave her
Yep.
his check. He would come in there, take a shower, put his cologne on, put his clothes on, and his ass was gone. She said, and I know that he was messing with the lady around the street. She said, because they ended up having a son. She said, but what was I gonna say to him about it? Nothing. She said, I kept my mouth closed as long as he was taking care of me and my kids.
But that's a partial taking care of. That's taking care of you financially. And that's so I don't know. I'm just a little biased, I guess, because I don't need nobody to take care of me like that. Because I'm gonna make
Right.
sure I got me and take care of me. So my thing is, I need your soul. I need a connection.
A connection.
I don't want a piece of you. Well, that old school song, better to have a piece of man than no man at all.
No man at all.
No, Betty, that ain't what we gonna do.
She was
Nah.
also saying in her situation too, her mom was telling her, you can't come back home. You got all them kids. And I mean, you can't come back here and who gonna help you with all them kids if you come back?
She had all kind of issues. She had low self-esteem.
There you go.
No motivation.
No
She was
support.
ambitious. Yeah, she was just settling. She was settling in every area of her life.
But she was like, she didn't want to stay there, but she didn't have no choice. And it's so crazy because, he told me one day, he said, I cheat because I saw my daddy cheat on my mom
That's
and
an
my granddaddy
excuse.
cheated on my grandmama. I said, bitch, that ain't hereditary like cancer.
You can
I was
break
about
that
to say,
shit.
that's an excuse right there.
I said, so who breaks the cycle? I said, then you telling me basically that it was okay for your mom and your grandmother to get cheated on. I said, but I
Right.
know you love your mom to pieces. I said, but you telling me that's okay? And until recently, when I say recently, him and I were having dinner with another female. And he said, yeah, my mom was in love with my dad and she knew he was out there cheating. I said, let me stop you right there. Let me stop you. I said, your mom and I had a conversation 10 years ago. I said, your mama wasn't happy. I said, your mama stayed with your daddy because of you all. I said, other than that, she would have got the hell on. But she didn't have any choice at the time. That's why your daddy did everything that he was doing.
Yep.
I said, your mama knew about the child around the corner, up the street, downtown, and everywhere else. I said, but your daddy was bringing that check to your mom every Friday. So she kept her mouth closed. His facial expression, his little smile turned upside down because he was like, I didn't know that. I said, she didn't share it with you. So of course you want to know it. I said, so stop running around saying this stupid shit about why you cheat.
Mm-hmm. That's why I tell these people, they better think hard about these relationships and marriages and stuff they get themselves into. Because I meet too many people that's in their 60s and 70s, they getting a divorce. Wait, hold on. You been with somebody how many years?
Right.
30-something, 40 years? And you talking about a divorce? Man, Frank, sit down. Well, like, no, ain't no way.
Girl,
Ain't no way I'm giving you that many years. And then
Frank
you
got him a ton of wrong at that point.
That ain't gonna last long, baby.
But it just makes me think I'm sure he probably don't care if he don't last long. He don't think he gonna live long. But for the woman, for you to sit there knowing that you wanted to leave 15 years ago and you didn't go because of your commitment, loyalty, money, or whatever, and now you really in a position where you can't take care of yourself or support yourself, and now he ready to go. He ready to jump ship. And now you struggling in a position. Now you can't really bounce back the way you could have if you would have left 15 years ago. And like old people used to tell me all the time, you need to leave now. You still got some good years in you. You still young. When I tell you, I didn't hesitate. Anyway, I took all that advice. Don't do like me. I don't sat here and I'm stuck.
You got the hell
I know
on.
what he be doing. I know he going down the road and be with this girl and that woman. And I already know. So I'm telling you now, you better go and say no more. Say no more. I'm out.
Look, but this how we are. We try to fix, and my voice just went really high pitched in, when we try to fix these men and their issues, we know they have issues. When you get with them, you know what issues he have, you know what flaws he has, but we try to stick around hoping that they change. We let them cheat on us while we're dating and thinking when we get married, he's going to change. No, that's the dating part is a preview of what the hell is going to happen when you get married if you don't fix those issues now.
Yep. Because
It's gonna never get worse then.
Yes.
Yeah, we clowning in this circus together.
You ain't lying, but we setting bags and stuff on fire.
Right. You acting
you
the fool, I'm over here acting the fool.
Okay.
I ain't staying nowhere. I ain't want it.
Or you ain't happy.
Or you're not happy.
You're not
If I ain't
happy.
happy, I gotta go. My happiness come first in any situation.
Exactly. Because that was what I told the judge with my when I got a divorce. She was like, well, she said, well, your husband want all of this stuff. I said, he can have all that shit. He can have a house, he can have a vehicle, he can have all the furniture in it. I said, all I want is my peace of mind. When I came into the marriage, I had my peace of mind, and damn it, I'm leaving with it.
You know, when I went through mine, I was at the talk to the judge. Like I was in what love got to do with it. I was damn near Tina. I said, he said, you don't want nothing. I don't want nothing. I just need you to sign this